All right, so today is Monday. It is the Monday, the biopsy in about 5 hours. I have to be there. So I thought I would come on. I'm not gonna talk about the biopsy today, because I really don't know, what to expect. I mean, I know what to expect, but I don't know what to expect, you know what I mean? I'm gonna bring my camera. I mean, I don't know if they're gonna let me film, but it's my breast. I should be able to do whatever I want. But sometimes it just doesn't work that way. So today I thought I would pop on and just, I don't want every week to be these videos, but of course this is the beginning, so there's probably more videos, I guess. But I thought I was thinking about fear, right? And that's kind of what I want to talk about today. But before I do that, first, you guys put forth so much love and so much grace and caring in all the messages that you have sent. So whether you've been with me from the beginning, whether you just found my channel because you searched cancer, whether you have written comments before or never written a comment until now, it means so much. And I can't respond to every single one of you because I feel like just saying thank you to you, like just writing out thank you, would never be enough. I would want to give each and every single comment, and I have read each and every single comment. Know that. I have a little app that tells me new comments, so I've read each and every one of them, and I appreciate each and every one of them equally. So if I were to respond, I swear, Catholic guilt. If I were to respond to a few and not everyone, I would have guilt that you would think that you weren't important, and you all are important. So it's like, see, I swear, raised Catholic. So just know that because it's always been in my channel, I've always tried to answer every single comment. I've always tried to respond to every single comment because you've taken time out of your life. You have taken time to write me something, and I feel I should reciprocate and do the same. Just in this case, there are so many, and that is just an overwhelming love that you have sent my way. So know that that I've read every one of them, and that I appreciate every one of them, and that every one of them is in me and stayed with me. So thank you all so very much for that love. I try and still comment on the ones like on clothing because it's a little simpler, than trying to express my gratitude for the fact that you've shared your experience, or your sisters or grandmothers or mothers, or prayers, or it's just, that's just, I could write paragraphs for each one of you, and that would take a really long time. So thank you. Let me start there. So this past weekend, of course, it's been 5 days, and these have been the longest, oh my God, the longest 5 days. It just feels like an eternity. I'm grateful for being busy. My son had a double header for football this weekend, and God, I am appreciating the time where I don't have time to think, if that makes sense. So we had football, and then we all went out and eat, and my daughter and her boyfriend came down, and they spent the weekend, and so we got to do a lot of fun stuff on Saturday, so it's great. You don't think about it too much. And then yesterday we went to church, and I did have to tell friends of ours, introduced us to this particular church, and because we wanted to ask them to, I wanted to ask them to, in the Catholic, okay, this isn't a Catholic church, it's non-denominational, but raised Catholic, godparents, like I was baptized, so I have godparents. We didn't choose that for our children, but in my son's case, and my daughters are all older, one's in her 20s and the other's in their 30s, and they both have significant others. One's married, has a grandchild. I have a grandchild. They don't have a grandchild, I have a grandchild. So they're set and they've made their choices in religion. But my son loves going to church with me. We haven't missed a day since being introduced to this church. And these are two people that are the kindest, most loving, most giving people that I know. And so I wanted to make sure that if anything did happen to me, I don't anticipate, but you know, I am a planner. When I was 8 months pregnant with my son, we had a pool. I was already having a fence put up, you know, pool fence, okay? And I was 8 months pregnant. That's just me. I'm a planner in that regard. So if something did happen to me, I spoke to my husband, and this person is, I don't want to name names, but the person is really good friends with my husband, and then his wife, we've become very, very good friends, and I love her so much. And my son loves her, like loves her, and she loves Matthew. So I asked them, well, I asked her, I needed to get them separated from my son. So my son went with the boys, and then I got her other one and, you know, explained the situation, and, you know, said, of course, talk to your husband, and, you know, but we would want you to be spiritual advisors to our son, or godparents, if you will, to our son, you know, and help him continue in the church. And just, she's just, it's really hard as a mom, because you're always going to think no one can raise your children or love them as much as you do. And that's the hardest part, because I love all of my children, of course. But my daughters, they have their significant others, and they have their extended family, and I know they're going to be fine. It's like my son's only 12. So for me, that's the hardest part, you know, of thinking what if, right? You know, and you know, I want a woman figure, you know, that I know will love him and care for him and guide him and watch out, because that's like my most important job. When I had cancer the first time, that's the one thing that I asked God, is like, I just want to live. You know, I don't ask for things. Like, I have not asked God to cure. I don't ask those things. That's in God's hands. He chooses. But I did ask that I just can make it long enough to make sure that he grows up to be a good man. Like, that's my job, right? That's my most important job. So anyways, I'm still getting off track, but that is fear, right? You know, that's another thing that is fear, of course. But anyways, and she said with that, she said, I don't even need to ask, of course, you know, and that's, of course, she has a heart that's truly a gift from God. But anyways, so fear, what I have found this weekend is that in quiet times, you know, like taking a bath was always my favorite thing. And now it's like my worst thing, because usually like I lay in the bath and I'll do a facial, or I'll do my new face or whatever. And now it's like, oh my gosh, it's like, I think I'm gonna have to start taking showers, and I hate showers. But it's the quiet times, the middle of the night, when I wake up and you know your head's spinning. And it's, you know, fear of what if it's the worst case, fear of chemotherapy, fear of a mastectomy, fear of giant scars on your chest, fear will your husband be able to handle everything, fear that your son has to see you sick again, fear, right? It's all. And then I realized that all that fear is like resides in one thing. And it's the fear of not knowing, right? I don't know. I have no answers. So that's the biggest fear of all, is not having any answers, because then you can be afraid of so many things, you know? And I realized that today my husband and I, you know, he took the day off to take me, and we were laying in bed this morning, and I said, you know, as of today, after today, you know, our lives will change forever, and no matter what. And you see, because even though I found out what the radiologist thinks, right, it's not proof. Science person, not proof, right? So there's always that 1% chance, you know, and there's always that hope in the back of your mind. Maybe they made a mistake. And logically, of course, I know, but of course we still have hope, and there's still miracles every day. And not that I expect a miracle, but I think to myself, today, I mean, we won't know the answer today, of course, So maybe today isn't the day that actually changes everything. Maybe it's the day we find out the results of the biopsy, and I guess that's really is the truth. But that's what we were talking about. And it's so laying there, then he fell asleep. You know, poor guy works like a dog. I was thinking, you know, as I was laying there again, another quiet time, so my head's spinning. It's like, will I be laying here in 5 years, you know? I've been with this man 27 years. It's a long time. I expect to die with him, you know? So will I be here in 5 years, you know? And then fear just sinks in. So that's where I'm at. I like the busy times. I like, you know, after church, our friends and I, we all went to Good and Company barbecue. Those of you don't know, we live in Texas. We have good barbecue. And you know, just even though I had told them, we could just forget about it, you know, and just have lunch like we normally would and talk about randomness and life and fun things. And those are the things I like. I like being busy. I like that. Today, this morning is, of course, my stomach's just all like, you know, because I am nervous. You know, I'm so sick of doctors. I mean, you know, I had my fill of them and I don't like them anymore. I respect them, respect everything they do, but gosh, if I never had to see another one again, I'd be thrilled. So that's kind of where I'm at. It's a little mini just talk about fear and, you know, just, and I don't really have a format for these videos. Who would? Just kind of, oh, and I broke my, did you notice I'm in the beauty room? I know. I had to break what I said to you in the first video. Oh, I'll never film in my beauty room. Well, it's 100 million degrees humid outside. So humid that the camera fogs, like the whole lens keeps fogging up and I couldn't film outside. And I'm like, who am I kidding? Cancer's in this room too. Because it's in me. It's in my head, you know, it's in my breast. And I have found that even when I'm doing my makeup, because it's very relaxing, you know, I play music when I do my makeup. And it's quiet. And so my mind starts going again. So it's here. So you'll probably see me in here. It's too flippin' hot outside and I have no other place in my house to film where I actually have light. So sorry guys, I totally wanted to keep this space cancer free, but let's get real, right? So I have been instructed to eat prior to going, although I'd rather not. So I'm gonna have some toast or tea or I don't know, something, and try and just chill out. I haven't done my makeup or anything yet. Oh, and you know the other thing? Okay, here, you're gonna laugh on this one. I have freaking no idea what to wear to a biopsy. Somebody tell me. Is there a YouTube video out there what I wore to my biopsy? I'm not Googling that. I'm like, it's too hot for jeans because it's gonna be 90 freaking degrees today. And I'm like, should I wear a dress? But then I'd have to, should I wear a dress? And then I could wear just sandals because I don't want to wear heels because, you know, I might be uncomfortable. Should I wear a shirt, t-shirt? But then will I be able to pull it up over my head? These are the questions. It's difficult questions that I'm asking myself this morning. I have no clue. And you know, I do these outfits of the week now, right? What? I guess at the end of the week, you'll know what I wore today. Because I don't know what I'm wearing. I'm in a robe. Like, I've no clue. All right, guys. Well, I hope you all have an amazing week. And again, I just can't say enough how much all of your well wishes, comments, and prayers and advice and everything means to me. It does mean the world to me. So thank you so much. And I will see you soon.